Key Democratic officials say you need to be warned, base of the Democratic Party. Evidence of Trump and Putin collusion probably won't be found. I'm Tim Black for TBTV. All right. Greenwald from The Intercept. I love this guy. I love his work. I love what he stands for. He put out an article today on theintercept.com. Go check it out. I want a comment from it. MSNBC Politics showed to town hall meetings across the country the overreaching issue for the Democratic Party's base since Trump's victory has been Russia. Now, you know, they've been talking about Russia for quite some time, ever since the primaries when it was Hillary against Trump. The Democrats have been touting it. Well, don't expect much. Sort of like a Rachel Maddow show of tax returns of President Trump. This fixation has persisted even though it has no chance to sink the Trump presidency unless it's proven that high levels of Trump campaign actively colluded with the Kremlin. The principal problem for Democrats is that so many media figures and online charlatans are personally benefiting from feeding the base increasingly unhinged, fact-free conspiracies. I've been saying this from day one. If you have evidence that Trump is a Putin stooge, please present it. But there is no evidence. There is conjecture. There are accusations, but there's no real evidence. And just because some Russians hacked Yahoo in 2014 doesn't have anything to do with our primary race or our general election. It just doesn't. I know people would like it to be, but it doesn't. Okay, so here we go. There is no evidence, and they are all waiting for the day which they regard as inevitable and imminent when this theory will be proven and Trump will be removed. They are waiting for that day. They are waiting for that moment. And once again, guys, look, I want to reiterate here to most Americans, to most independents who are now neither Democrat, neither Republican, just independent. If it's true that Trump colluded with Russia, we wouldn't want him to be president. If he is working with Russia, if he has the Russian hand up his backside, who would want that? But there is no proof of that. And that if there is proof, it has not been demonstrated. Key Democratic officials are clearly worried about the expectations that have been purposely stoked and are trying to tamp them down. Many of them have tried to signal that the beliefs the base has been led to adopt have no basis in reason or evidence. Take Greenwald. Now you can see why they don't like Greenwald too much. Too much truth in there. The latest official to throw cold water on the MSNBC-led circus is President Obama's former acting CIA chief, Michael Morrell. Now, what did Michael Morrell have to say about this? What makes him particularly notable in this context is that Morrell was one of Clinton's most vocal CIA surrogates. He not only endorsed Clinton in the pages of the New York Times, but he also became the first high-ranking official to explicitly accuse Trump of disloyalty. Even he's backing away from his statements. Even he is saying there may not be a smoking gun to this. It is time for people to move on. It's time for the Democratic Party to have real policies that excite its base, not ones based in fiction. Folks, you hear a lot of talk about the radical conspiracy notions, but you know, they get a lot of views, they get a lot of clicks, don't they? Don't they? Come on, they do. The different conspiracy theories that are not based in actual evidence. And I'm not talking about CIA wiretappings that did exist. I'm not talking about covert actions of the deep state, which do exist. They just call it a different name. But here's the thing. Could it be that the Democratic Party and these other liberal propaganda, I don't know what you want to call them, corporate media entities, wanted to take advantage of what is currently making so much a buzz on the internet, which is conspiracy theory, which is the ability to draw you in. My case in point, Rachel Maddow's display. Rachel Maddow spent a half an hour to tell you something that she knew was very anticlimactic at least. It was a nothing burger with no cheese, no ketchup, no onions. But you looked, you watched. And her ratings rose. And they have now passed Tucker Carlson. Something she hadn't done, or anyone on MSNBC hadn't done in that particular time slot, whether it be Tucker Carlson or Bill O'Reilly, who it be, for 6 years. At the end of the day, if you follow the money, you'll find the truth. I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Follow me on social media as Real Tim Black. I'll be here every day, and I'm everywhere you are. Like I always say, stay strong, stand tall, and don't let nobody take your cornbread. Especially these puppets. See you on the next one.